So the first 6 minutes of this video are going to be more thinking, introducing, just highlighting. So if you want to dive right into the video, you can skip to after 6 minutes. You find the rest of the earnings. I just thought to say this so that I don't waste everybody's time. But if you're so kind, please watch it from the beginning. So, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to our channel. I am Woven, and on this channel, we share all things lifestyle, travel, finance, and sometimes tradition. And on today's video, we are continuing with our careers and earnings in Namibia. Please allow me to just thank everybody that has participated so far, especially those that have shared their earnings, their journey, their studies and experience. Thank you so much for making our past couple of videos possible. Now, I am receiving quite a bit of requests in the different sectors, and unfortunately, my beautiful people, I can only share what I receive again because I'm not an expert in all the fields. So please come through, and it would be nice to cover a sector from entry level to middle, senior management, all the way. So, for example, education, teacher, principal, HOD, inspector, lecturer, a professor. Please come through. And here is my email address. It's woven at outlook.com. Same as legal. I've gotten a couple of people that want to share the legal journey. Please come through. I'm getting in the construction, civil engineering space. I'm going to cover one today. But quantity surveyors, please come through. Architects, the various, oil and gas, marine engineers, please come through. Logistics. I now also got some in media. Thank you so much. That will be in our next series. And then in terms of actuaries, I'm struggling to get the studies. The guys have sent me their pay slips, but their journey, I'm struggling to get this. So if you are an actuary, please come through. If you are a statistician, please come through so that we can make this series meaningful. Now, also excitingly so, we have finally reached 50,000 subscribers. You guys, I cannot thank you enough. My notification gang, thank you so much. Those that have subscribed, you guys that just tune in, even if you have not subscribed and you watch the content, thank you. Please take this time to subscribe. I appreciate that. But we have gotten to 50,000 subscribers. This old Namibian girlie from Ohawanga village. Ohawanga village is proud. So thank you so much, guys. Now we are garnering for 100,000 subscribers. Okay, now with that, I would also like to introduce a bit of appreciation just on my channel. Again, to share when you guys give me my flowers, I don't always get time to, or I don't always have the opportunity to respond to every single person. It's not to say that I have not seen it or I'm ignoring. Sometimes I really just don't manage to get to everybody because the DM sometimes can be full, and then the comments on YouTube and then on Twitter. But what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting at least 2 people just to share what you guys think about the content so far, the appreciation, and we'll take it from there. So first up, right? I will not include names unless you guys want me to include names. Please let me know. The first one says, guys, thank you so much, right? Thank you so much for your kindness. You guys are really kind. You take time to just appreciate what's happening here. And for that, I'm grateful, right? So this first one says, hi, Woven. I just want to applaud you for the work you do with your platform. Thank you. I have really learned a lot from having my money flow everywhere to having a structure. These past segments have been so enlightening and honestly profound in proving that hard work really pays off, and indeed it does. I mean, here we are at 50,000 subscribers. That's through consistently creating content, editing late into the AMs, and still having to wake up to go to work the next day. With hard work, almost anything is possible. Right? And then they continue to say, in the video you mentioned being told to put your head down and work, and it is currently my biggest takeaway. So in one of the videos, while I was just sharing careers and earnings, I did say that the best thing you can do, especially if you're just starting out, is to put your head down and work and learn, and sometimes forget the noise around you. So I'm glad that that was a takeaway for someone. Then they continue to say, in the current world filled with a lot of comparison and somewhat dissatisfaction with where one can be, your channel has really shown that growth is really something that should not be compared. You do it so gracefully, and one can really tell how passionate you are about this. Not to forget how multifaceted you are and how, in every area, your personality remains constant. Thank you. I love it, and thank you. And thank you. Some of us may not be loud about it, but know that you are valued. Thank you so much. This someone took time to write all this. My character really does come out, but thank you. One more, and then we dive into our video. So they say, "Hi, Owen. I have a niece that's currently in grade 11, and we watched your videos, and they are quite insightful. They have given her an insight of what she really wants. I will also go show them to my learners. This would be a big motivation to them. Please keep more videos like this coming. They are really helpful. Keep up the good work." Now, before we dive right in, I want to just again, I've been sharing quite a bit of earnings that are really, really good in my books, that are actually more than just decent. And I want to just draw reality back to us. In terms of the census stats that were completed in 2024, one, there is about only 5% of the employed population that earns more than 30,000, right? In terms of an income in Namibia, about 5%. And then those that earn between 15 to 30,000, that's about 20%. And the rest of the employed population, the bulk or the vast of the employed population, those that earn 10,000 and less are about 70% of the population. So I just thought to draw that reality so that, even when we are looking at our careers and choices, especially at entry level, very few people are probably going to be entering above 30, and very few people are going to be making it out of the 30 threshold and above. As you saw, about 5% of those that are employed and 30,000 and more. And again, this is not to discourage you, it's rather to manage expectations. So the engine of the economy, the engine is really between 30,000 and below. And just on that, we're looking at least 80% of the employed population. And you see it now just in this earnings. And these are people that have gone to school, studied, qualified, and are currently in the employment pool. Now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, thank you very much for your patience. First up, finance sector. This individual is a financial advisor. Wow. Okay, the financial advisor. And I think financial advisor is one of the career lines where you can really become successful if done right. I know financial advisors that are out earning executives, CEOs, MDs. So if done right, and really, I always caution financial advisors, you're responsible for someone's financial livelihood, or at least the advice you give. So if you can master this field and give the right type of financial advice to clients, adding value, you could do really well, right? So they studied, they've got an honors degree in finance management from IOM. Okay. First, they started out their journey as, okay. I'm seeing here. So they started out their journey as an administrator, right? So for 6 years, they were an administrator, that's back office. And they made a decision to then pursue financial advisory. So they've been a financial advisor for just about a year and a half, 2 years. They have sent one of their pay slips here. Okay, what I'm picking up here is that this is a commission-driven earnings, and they said plus minus more or less this is what they have been able to take home over the last 6 months monthly. Let's look at their pay slip. What I'm picking up is also that there are no benefits unless they are structured outside. Okay. Ooh, okay. Sorry, guys. So they have a commission of 106,322, and they are saying this is plus minus what they earn on an average in a month. Okay, I see they also get a basic salary here of 1,500. Wow. Their total earnings is 107,822,000. Then they have pay as you earn, which is, can you guys see this pay as you earn? 25,305 Namibian dollars just in taxes. Right? What I would have done here, and this is not tax evasion, it's actually the government encouraging us to save, or maybe they do it outside, is actually to have included the pension fund savings. So on 100,000, you're looking at least maybe 10,000 that should go towards your pension fund savings, right? That would also help you in terms of tax and structuring. And then total deductions is 25,386 Namibian dollars. Net pay is 82,435.39. What is fascinating about this person is, one, they have, okay, the background, honors degree in finance management, but then they decided, or they were working as an administrator for 6 years, and they made that bold decision to then pursue financial advisory. I think from where I'm standing, they have done really, really well. You know, sometimes you need to take the risk to get the reward. So that was financial advisory. I am really tempted to probably pursue that line in terms of career, just looking at what they earn, but also how bold they were. But also just looking at myself, I'm really passionate, you guys know by now, about just financial wellness, financial literacy, financial education. That's my thing. So probably in my later years, right, I would consider this line of work. Now, up next, we have got civil engineering. I'm a civil engineer in training with 3 years experience. I hold a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. I work for a consulting company and I'm turning 28. I love that this person, young people, you're doing well. I'm currently located in a remote area, so I get a site allowance. Side note, engineers in parastatals with the same years of experience make way, way more. That's good to know, right? It's good to know that there's scope beyond what she's earning. Engineers in parastatals, please come through and share with us what it is looking like in that space. Right, so here's her earnings. Unutilized allowance, $9,798.53. And then site allowance, she did indicate she works remotely or far. That's 2,844. And then she's got the risk benefit. Okay, that's probably her funeral cover, her life cover. Then I see this pension fund earnings, 1,173. Then we have her basic salary. Okay, so there's contributions and earnings. Those are both going to contribute towards her total earnings. Basic salary is 13,353. And then there's social security, it's a contribution. So net pay distribution and that's blurred out. So her total earnings is 25,996 Namibian dollars as a civil engineer, right? And her net pay is 20,543 Namibian dollars. That is in the construction space. Again, QSs, architects, please come through. Let's see what more this field has to offer. Now, the next person is in public management. I got that request quite a bit to say, hi Woven, please do public management, and thank you very much for really just coming through. You know, I was really impressed when I received this payslip, because the person did go on to actually just explain what it is they also do with their earnings. And I was really impressed looking at the earnings and what they were able to do, or what they are able to do with their earnings. You know, with finances, it's not so much about, sometimes it is, not so much about how much you earn, but how you manage your finances. And this person, I'm impressed at what they've been able to do with their earnings. I think I will use them a lot in my examples when I do our financial wellness videos, which maybe the next one should be one of those. Right? So public management, this is what they are. They are an administrative officer in the public sector, so they work for government. They have transport of 875. They have a housing subsidy of 3.5. And I think you can correct me in this. Government is one of the biggest employers, if not the biggest employer in Namibia, right? And then this person has a basic salary of 10,770. So in total, their earnings is 15,262 Namibian dollars. That's public management. Then they've got deductions and social security. They have GIPF, which is their pension contribution. Then they have their tax of 950. Okay. Then they have medical aid. Medical aid is $360. Then they have about 3 policies from Metropolitan, a 750, a 221, and a 282. And then, wow, they've got an FNB home loan. Oh yes, I'm going to talk to that. So their net pay is 6,464 Namibian dollars. Let's have a look at what then they studied. They said, I hold a bachelor's degree in public management. I have been in admin, regrettably, for 9 years. I think the positive is that you do have employment, right? And then they've been to many interviews, but God is yet to perfect his time for promotion. I love that she relies on God, you know. I bought my house. Here we go. You saw this, an FNB home loan in her payslip of 15,000. She has prioritized. I bought my house, thus housing subsidy in the payslip. Okay, right? The fact that you're earning 15,000 and you still manage to buy a house. You know, a lot of us say money is not enough. But especially in government, people have subsidies. Make use of them. And in terms of job security, I think government, as long as you're doing your work right and you're not stealing or, you know, a job security when it comes to government, an absolute, I think, a tick for government. And then they have a metropolitan saving of 750. You see, they bought a house, they're prioritizing their saving, they're contributing towards their pension. And then for 10 years, exercising financial discipline. And this is their 8th year. So a year into their employment, they started saving. And they're looking forward to their maturity in 2027. Then they have a life cover of 1.5, again with Metropolitan. And then the third is their child study policy. This is such a responsible person in my books, if you had to ask me. Like, very clean, straight to the point. So they are a hospital administrator for the Ministry of Health, right? Not sure if the picture came right, and it's a view once, let me know. You know, when we talk about financial discipline, I think this person is a very good example. Earnings of 15,000, they bought their house, they have their savings for 10 years, they have their child's study policy, and they also have the life cover. But that is the reality, guys. Public management, but mostly the employment landscape in terms of earnings in the Namibian space. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I liked this. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, please feel free to share my email address, woven. It's woven@outlook.com. And yeah, if you have not subscribed and you've made it till this far, please make sure that you take this time to subscribe. Thank you very much. I will see you guys in our next video.